Anyway, buddy, sorry I've been gone for a week, but, Thanksgiving and all that, I figure I'll just take the week off. Anyway, here I am, Nerdy Transformed here again, and today we have the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Voyager class Silverbolt. I'm just going to call him Combiner Wars Silverbolt. Now, here you can see his vehicle, which TF Wiki describes as a modified Concorde. I'm just going to call it a spaceship plane. It looks like a spaceship and a plane combined to me. So you can see his vehicle mode, really nice, good look, lots of little details like these vents down here, and they even painted it a nice gunmetal gray down here to kind of give it that booster look. His main colors, of course, are the white and orange. I'm going to call it orange. That you can see all along here, along these, I guess those are windows? I don't know, they look like little windows all along here. The only windows are actually painted are the front cockpit ones, but there are detailed windows all along the sides here. And of course, he's got two big, nice silver and red Autobot symbols on his wings, which do look really nice. Also, the tip of the nose is rubber as always with Transformers, so you don't poke somebody's eye out, and it's got articulation. It can move. Don't know why. And then, of course, yeah, the elephant in the room. His robot mode's just strapped to the bottom of it. Silverbolt's kind of always had this problem, but here in particular it's kind of messy just because his arms stick out so much that you can see his arms from the top of the plane. And of course from the side you just see his big bulk hanging down under him. But you know what? I don't mind it too much. It's there. It's always been there. It's kind of weird because the other planes never have this problem. Even with the Combiner War ones, they actually minimize it pretty well in the other ones, yet Silverbolt still has the same issues as always, but he does have to turn into a torso, so that might be why. And as you can see, he has landing gear, which is actually pretty nicely detailed. So overall, he's got a really nice little vehicle mode. Yeah, he's got the kibble issues, but to be honest, I kind of expect that with Silverbolts by now. I do like how all the pieces integrate together like one solid piece here. Like, the legs are right here, these are the bat, and all this is Batpack, but it all fits together pretty well. He does have a weapon, which from what I read is actually like an upscaled version of his G1 weapon. It looks pretty nice. It can come apart, but we'll see more of that in the robot mode. To attach the weapon, you actually have to fold up his landing gear. Oh yeah, and his other two pieces landing gear up here. None of the landing gear roll, but oh well. You can see there's two pegs, and one's longer than the other, so this one in the front has to peg in first. Then you gotta keep it lined up. It'll peg into the front. And basically, it actually does have a molded landing gear here as well. But, again, doesn't roll, but, it can hold up the ship as a landing gear as well. And give him a nice big blaster just to shoot Decepticons out of the sky, or shoot Decepticons at the ground. Whichever he prefers. So yeah, pretty nice little vehicle mode here. I mean, the thing is, with the aerial bots and Superions, so they just in general don't seem to always have the best toys. Like, even the original G1 wasn't that great. But this is the first set that I kind of like a lot. There was the Universe one I liked as well, but he couldn't combine. He was just a standalone figure. For comparisons, Pop-Tart. Blue raspberry Pop-Tarts. Skydive. Yeah, let's see where, there he is. Fireflight. I do not have, let's see, I don't have Quick Slugger, Quick Slinger, whatever you want to call him. I don't have Slingshot, I'm going to call him Slingshot. Don't have Slingshot, don't have Alpha Bravo. Well, he's not Alpha Bravo, but he's the exact same mold. Here's Blades. So, there you go. If I had Alpha Bravo, this is what, imagine this being white. And yeah, that's basically what Alpha Bravo would look like next to him. And, let's see, yeah, I don't have the fourth one either. How about Funko Pop Groot? Baby Groot. With a bobblehead. Yeah, I think I'm done with the weird comparisons now. So, transformation, at least to robot mode. You actually don't have to unpeg the gun, you can just leave it on the back. And what you're going to do is take the tail fin, fold it to the left or the right. I fold it to this side. Oh, and you're going to grab the whole front, and it's going to come undone this double hinge, and it unclips from here. When you're actually transforming it, it might actually get stuck on itself from the ridges. You actually have to pull it back, and it'll fit into place like that. So just fold it on back here. The wings will pop off the arms. You can see they're actually pegged into there. And we'll actually have these little slots here that actually slide onto here to lock them. Doesn't work perfectly, but it's kind of neat that they actually have a locking mechanism. The arms you just simply pull away. They're pretty much just locked in by the wings. Then the legs, let's get the arms out so we can, yep, nice ratcheting. Will actually come out like this. And once again, you can see they kind of unpeg from inside there on these little slots into those little holes there. And you're going to kind of bring them down once again on these double hinges they have everywhere. You're going to come inside here, you're going to start pushing on this part, and it'll flip out his feet. And close this panel in the back. And flip this piece around to make his heel. Then you turn it forward. Once again, push on this little part that looks like an engine block. Flip it around. Flip out the heel. Close the back panel. Turn the leg forward. Bring the arms down on these heavy ratchets. Last part's the head, and it can be kind of tricky. I like to use these nail scissors. What you do is come up here, between this red and white part at the top. Kind of just slide the scissors in. Pop that whole thing down. Oh, ow. Poked myself with the scissors. Terrible thing to do. This whole part comes down, you flip the head out of it, and fold the chest back up. And there you have your Combiner Wars Silverbolt, who kind of looks like G1 Cup. His face reminds me of G1 Cup. I don't know why. Maybe it's just got kind of that older Autobot look to it. Older heroic Autobot. Alright, let's get a good look at his size. Fireflight. Let's see, there, skydive. So yeah, being a Voyager, he's definitely taller than them. Let's see, what else we got? How about Baby Groot? His little bud just barely in view. Optimus Prime. And they're basically the same height. Optimus Prime's just a lot bulkier. Although, Silverbolt actually feels a little bit heavier. Maybe it's just because it's the same amount of plastic, just in a smaller amount of space. So yeah, there's Silverbolt. You can see his eyes are nice blue, and I don't think they're... No, it's not. Nope, it's painted eyes. Painted eyes with a nice silver face. It is a good head sculpt, though. I do like how they kept the original G1 kind of head sculpt style with a big square block of a head. He's definitely very blocky. Like, if you get his arms down next to him, yeah, he's got a very blocky look, except for like the legs. Big gold football player of an Autobot. So articulation-wise, he has a ball-jointed head, ratcheted shoulders, ratchet both going forward and back and outward. It's got like a soft ratchet on the elbow. You don't really hear it, but it's very stiff. And of course, it swivels. And it does have a hinge on the hand, but it just does that. You can pretend he has a flamethrower for a hand or something, Mega Man style. Nothing at the waist, but that's also where all the Superion bits are in there. His legs, once again, kind of a soft ratchet, a much tougher one than the elbows. You do got a swivel, soft ratchet, oh, much louder ratchet going forward and back. I do got a double hinge at the knee, so you can get, I think that's about as far as it'll go. Let's get the hinge, yeah, about that far. So a really good knee, it's over 90 degrees. Swivel, and you can get some ankle tilt out of that if you need it. So you can get kind of like an action pose going. And of course, how would an action pose be complete without his weapons? And yeah, it kind of gets stuck on the landing gear, which pulls it out. Oh wait, come on, stand. Stand. Come on, how's you standing? There you go. So you can give him the big Superion gun, or pull it off, and you can give him what basically is a pistol with a very long barrel. So, you know, just put it in his hand. And this piece can either pretend it's a little blaster, or the box, I believe, actually shows him using it as a shield. Let's go ahead and get him standing back up, right? So you can just, you know, bend his elbow, put it on the side of his arm, and just, there you go, give him a small little shield, and a pistol with a gigantic barrel. Not my favorite weapons out of the Combiner Wars, but their combined mode's definitely the best one out of all of them so far. So it's basically just like the other ones suffer from the combined form. These weapons suffer a bit from the individual ones, because it's basically just two pieces of something that's meant to go together. while the other ones are just like two individual guns that don't look like they belong together. Well, let's look at some detail in this. I do like how it's got like these solar panel look to it. It's got the wheel, it's got the little piping going through there, little vents. You even got a little etching here to kind of give it this... I'm not sure what this is for. I guess to like energized look or something. Superion, quite a few of its bits are from the vehicle mode, but there's quite a few here to see as well, new to see as well. You can get a better look at the shoulders with some detail in them. Even the arms on the insides have some like piping detail going through. Yeah, it's just where they shaved out all the plastic, but it's nice to get some detail in there. Even on the back of the leg where you really don't see it usually. That is kind of nice to have. You got all this detail here on the front of the arms and the sides, all this little circuitry kind of look, vents and all that. The hand actually has quite a bit of detail, and I really like how that fist looks. There's a good punch. It's not just a block with a hole drill in it like the old like classic style ones are. Nice silver Autobot logo in the middle. Looks very nice. Little silver vents on the side. Got all this little circuitry detail deep in there, and I'm not sure what these holes are for. It kind of looks like he has a sound chip, but he doesn't. But it'd be nice if he did. These little orange poles sticking out, which you'll see for Superion. Some nice details on the legs that got washed out a little bit by the paint, but not much. Still got the details from vehicle mode there, and basically Superion's chest plate on the side of his legs. And you just got some venting up in here, and even the feet have a little bit of detail. So overall, it's actually pretty nice. One thing that's kind of weird is how big the heels are. It kind of looks like the heel should have been the feet, because feet do look kind of small and stubby by comparison. But once again, they are molded to stand with them slightly apart, so you can get them a really natural looking. It actually kind of looks like he's pissed off or something. But yeah, he's a pretty cool little robot. Now, onto his next transformation. That's right, it's to his torso mode. So to get Superion or Silverbolt transformed to his Superion torso, you pop the head open, and you can actually see deep down in the chest is where the actual Superion head is. What I like to do is, while this is open, go ahead and just like put your finger in and kind of nudge on it, and it'll pop it out to get easier access to it. Then fold into Silverbolt's head, and just snap that shut. And this whole piece is actually is the chest and the crotch piece here that kind of comes up. The arms will flip around. You get all this detail that this was actually the side of the plane originally. And you're gonna just kind of fold the fist out of the way. But you can actually kind of use his heels to hold this whole contraption up. The legs you're going to turn to the side. You're basically going to fold them back up like you're transforming the vehicle mode. Fold those panels back out. Fold the feet back up. And they'll just kind of collapse back in, peg back in. Collapse back in, peg back in. Down here, this little red piece with the Autobot symbol on it, you're actually going to push on these little tabs here. Because this little piece here, this little panel actually folds up to kind of cover up this gap here. Then you're going to take this piece, and you can actually see the chest piece is actually on a separate hinge and piece from the crotch piece. And you're going to fold these antenna up. You can actually fold it up and peg into the back of the jet here to hold that head there. And then these pieces come up on double hinges and fold over the front to give him his chest plate. Then you're just going to fold these down that give him access to his arms, and there is Superion. So yeah, I really like how he looks here. I really love this torso mode. That's one thing Combiner Wars is getting right. Some of the torsos look really good. You can see, yep, all the detail. You got some new detail on here from the piece folding up. This chest plate pieces coming together. A lot of the details kind of stick out a lot more and look a lot better. Even the landing gear here looks pretty good. And you got a nice little silver Autobot symbol there. And I love the head sculpt. This is the best Superion head sculpt there. I've seen third parties. I've seen the G1, the Combiner War, no, not Combiner Wars, Energon, all these other figures. This is my favorite Silverbolt head sculpt. A lot of people are complaining that's not G1 accurate because he has a mouth plate, but to be honest, him with a mouth always looked kind of weird and creepy. Plus, he's supposed to be a robot made from planes. Pilots pretty much always have their face is covered anyway. And he always had the visor anyway. You might as well just give him this face, and it actually looks really cool and really kind of threatening almost, especially with the red visor. Because before, I believe he always had a yellow visor, and yeah, the red looks a lot better here. So yeah, it's not accurate to the original, but you know what? It looks a lot better. I would rather just have this. He's got some nice venting on the side of the head. That's kind of cool. Some little details up here. The antenna, the only real complaint about it is that the antenna are rubber and they don't really sit in place. Granted, I don't mind they're sitting back a bit. It kind of gives them like this speed look to them, but it still sucks that that's not choice. That's stuck like that. I do wish I could have them straight up just to see how it looked. Well, it does look a bit strange, so yeah, having them swept back looks alright, but it still stinks that the rubber kind of keeps you from doing anything with them. But I understand why they're rubber as well. I'll probably get the replacement kit that gives you metal pieces instead at some point. But yeah, that is Silverbolt / Superion Torso. I will be doing a separate review for Superion once I get the other two limbs, but for now, that's Silverbolt, that's Superion's Torso, and he's a fun little figure. I really liked him. He's got a lot of detail. He's probably the best Silverbolt figure I've ever seen, and he's building up to be one of the best Superions. So yeah, if you like Transformers, you like Combiners, I'd say you should get him. Well, I'm Nerdy Transformed. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you get this figure and enjoy him, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care.